Hello, my name is Lanny Coughlin, and welcome to my Hivecast series, Movie Mania. In this, I will go through movie history, exploring and explaining genres, events, and details about many famous movies. Today's edition is Underrated Films. Many movies are praised for their greatness, but some fly under the radar of everyday people. While these underrated movies are still great, they remain out of the limelight. Today, I will cover a list of movies that I think are underrated. I bet you've heard of the title character in this next film, but have you seen the 1933 classic The Invisible Man? This film revolves around Dr. Jack Griffin. Griffin is a scientist who turns himself invisible after an experiment. This drives him to insanity and eventually murder. The Invisible Man is considered to be one of the classic Universal monsters. Unlike some of his counterparts like Dracula and Frankenstein, The Invisible Man is a lesser known film. Even with this, it remains an exciting and terrifying movie for horror fans. Fun fact, The Invisible Man has the highest kill count of any Universal monster. Watch the film and find out why. Can sweet old ladies be killers? Well, in the 1944 film Arsenic and Old Lace, this statement is true. This movie revolves around the wild Brewster family that includes Mortimer, his two crazy aunts, his cousin who believes he's Teddy Roosevelt, and his serial killer brother that looks like Boris Karloff. It is a classic screwball comedy that will leave you laughing. Overall, Arsenic and Old Lace is a fun movie, even with its wild and dark characters. This next film is my fifth favorite movie for a reason. The 1950 film Harvey centers around Elwood P. Dowd and his peculiar puka friend, a 6'3" 3.5" tall invisible rabbit named Harvey. Elwood's sister attempts to have him committed to the Chumley's Rustic Sanitarium, which causes chaos. The performances by the actors such as James Stewart and Josephine Hull make the movie feel magical. The heartwarming story is a dramatic tale, but it still remains funny. Overall, this classic film can change your perspective of the world while making you laugh. Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn star in the 1963 romance thriller Charade. After her husband dies, Regina Lampert is set on a quest to find the missing $250,000. All of this occurs while three of her husband's former OSS teammates hunt her down. This wild film is considered to be a Hitchcock movie that Hitchcock never made. With its many twists and turns along the way, and the chemistry of the actors, this film will leave you on the edge of your seat. Charade should be on everyone's watch list. The 1971 film The Boyfriend is a send-up of the classic musicals from the golden age of Hollywood. Starring renowned model Twiggy, the movie follows her character's journey in love and the film industry. The bright, colorful film is an enjoyable trip for everyone. With elaborate musical numbers and dream sequences, The Boyfriend is a fun watch for those who want to enjoy an old Hollywood-type musical. The 1973 film Scarecrow, starring Gene Hackman and Al Pacino, is a road movie that has developed into a cult classic. The plot revolves around two vagabonds that agree to start a car wash together. They travel from California to Pittsburgh, meeting people and getting into difficult situations. The emotional story and amazing actors make the film an important watch. I truly believe that this film is essential. While some of the scenes can be upsetting for some, it's still a great watch. This next movie was recommended by my mom, and it is totally worth the watch. Val Kilmer's film debut is in the 1984 classic action comedy Top Secret. This funny film is a classic parody of 50s rock and roll and old school spy movies. It tells the tale of an American rock star's accidental involvement with the German resistance. Like The Naked Gun and Airplane, Top Secret is a wild and crazy movie that deserves more attention. Where else are you going to find a movie with cows wearing boots? Fun fact, it's Weird Al's favorite film. The 1987 German film Wings of Desire is an amazing film, but is underrated by American audiences. The film tells the tale of a guardian angel that falls in love with a trapeze artist. Many critics from the time rate this wonderful film as one of the best movies of the 80s. This classic love story is also a commentary on the Berlin Wall and the Cold War. Wings of Desire is an important film for anyone who loves movies. Shallow Grave is a 1994 black comedy film that revolves around three roommates. After a new tenant dies in their flat, the trio discovers a suitcase full of money. They decide to hide the body and keep the money, but will the terrible secret get the best of them? Shallow Grave is the first film directed by Danny Boyle, who would later gain fame with movies such as Trainspotting and Slumdog Millionaire. It is a classic thrill that leaves you on the edge of your seat while you fall in love with the amazing acting. Shallow Grave is a movie I would recommend to many. This next film, while not a critic's darling, is a fun watch for rock lovers and those who like fun comedy. The 1994 movie Airheads revolves around a group of musicians that hijack a radio station with toy guns. They do this in order to get their demo on the airwaves. The comedy stars funny actors like Brendan Fraser, Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler, Chris Farley, Ernie Hudson, and Michael McKean. The movie even has great cameos from Lemmy and Rob Zombie. It is a great movie for fans of rock music because there are many funny references and jokes related to the genre. The movie may have terrible reviews, but it's still a fun watch. While this list is solely my opinion, I hope you give these great movies a try. If you have watched or already seen these films, get in touch and tell me your thoughts. Well, that concludes Underrated Films. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you did, like up, subscribe. If you have any questions or ideas for future topics, comment down below. Click the link for the complete list of films with ratings and reviews. Thanks for listening.